Hey, hello. So today I'm going to be talking about doll hair, especially the one that I have available. And I'm gonna keep rooting my baby boy, which is down here. All right, let's talk about the doll hairs that I have here. This is my working table right on here. That's my baby. I was working on him. I did this little bunch of hair, just a little bit working last night. But look at this cool hair I have here. I still haven't got the mohair quality for babies. So I only have mine mohair, and that's what I'm working with. This video is going to stay here for everybody to see it later because it will be a good tutorial for the people who bought the mohair from my store. This is the hair that I sell in my store. It comes in a long piece like this. Is about a yard long, almost a yard long. It comes like that. And I've been using this for my own art dolls for so long. And the trick to that is to grab just the one point, because this is not combed. It's just it's rubbing mohair. Is a good quality still, but what I do for my art dolls, okay, this is the piece that you get when you buy this from my store, okay? So when I use it from my dolls, I grab a very wide comb like this, and then I try to spread one of the ends of the hair like that, spread like that, and then I just slightly comb the ends of it. This is for art dolls. This is for art dolls, okay? Because the main purpose of the hairs that I sell in my store are meant to be for art dolls, not for reborn, really, not for babies, really. I'm proving that it can be used in babies now, but I do not advertise it like now because, like that, I mean, because my hairs are not combed. It's not that finer quality. So this is for art dolls, okay? I'll go and I'll comb the tips a little bit like that. And then I kind of guess the length of the hair that my doll wants to have, right? And then I just cut it. I cut it from here, okay? From that piece that I'm cutting, which I have a cut piece here, here. From that piece that I cut, I'll just grab little strands of hair. Remember, one side was combed. This is another piece. One side was combed. And from this little piece of hair, I will use my fabric glue right here. I will use my fabric glue, and I'm going to glue this little tip in one side. That's what I do for my art dolls. For example, I have a head here. This is just a practicing head. So what I build, I start building up pieces of hair like that. I secure the one side on here like this, and it's going to end up like that pretty much. And I make several of these pieces when I'm going to apply it to my doll. And then from there, from the root, I will start gluing the hair into the doll. And once I let the hair dry on the doll, the glue, I will come back with my comb when the hair is all dry and glue on here, and I will slightly comb the hair again. And you can do hairsprays, you can do hair conditionings, water, and to make the hair looks better on the doll. And at least with my dolls, the mohair, this hair that I have, it does great. I never have problems, and it looks pretty good, and it has just the perfect wave. And yeah, that's a mini tutorial on how to use the mohair that I have in my store. Another types of hair for dolls is the popular Tibetan hair that it comes on the pelt like this. I have a beautiful long hairs in this batch of hair that I have recently, And this is the same idea, pretty much the same idea. You just grab a little piece. This hair is pretty silky and nice. You just grab a piece of this and then you cut it on here. And the same thing, you're going to glue just the tips to connect all the hairs together, and you're going to make several strands of hair like that, and then glue those strands of hair into your doll. That's how I do the hair for my dolls. And this is a very, very cool type of hair. This is called cashmere gold. It also comes in a pelt like that. And this is really, really cool because it really looks like human hair. It's really, really nice, nice hair. I could try to use this probably on my reborn babies also. I will try, and then I'll let you know if it works or if it doesn't work. Maybe it's a little bit too thick because the mohair quality for babies is very, very thin and nice. But this is amazing for our dolls, though. It's really, very realistic, and I have them in several colors also. But yeah, that was a little bit of my tutorial on how just to explain you how to use the hair that I sell. And for this little guy here, what I did was, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of this fuzz there. You want, sometimes I do grab all of these and I felt it in little balls and use it for my cat. My cat likes to play with those little balls, felted balls with mohair. But for the little guy here, let me show you my little guy. Oops. For my little guy here, I'm using this same type of this same type of mohair, which is just the robin type, and it is a little bit I would say wild to the touch. I'll show you there. But for my character, it's just perfect because he was gonna end up having a wild type of standing hair like that. So that's just perfect. And for me, what I'm doing is pretty much the same. What I'm doing is where is the one for my baby? Okay, for the baby, what I'm doing is I previously just comb a little bit on the tip. But for the baby, I wanted my hair to be very well combed. So I'll grab maybe this distance and I'll hold it tight. And then I'll comb the tips. But this time I comb it very well. I comb it pretty good. Slowly though, gentle. So you won't be pulling away the strands of hair right away. And you're going to have some left over also. But from there, what I was doing, this is well combed on here, so I'm just cutting a piece, and this is what I'm using for my, I had the pieces already cut on here, and it's pretty much about this size that I have been cutting it. And then let me see if I can get him closer to the camera. There. Kind of hard making me stand there. Turning this a little bit so you can see it there. And I guess it's okay now. Okay, from there, like I said, I'm just grabbing the pieces or the hair. I'm not grabbing that much at a time. I'm pretty much grabbing just this much. And from whatever I grab here, I still comb with the finer. I still comb it. And then I cut this little tip on here, this tiny little tip. I cut it straight just to make it, yeah, just to make it straight. Let's see. I like to do that on the trash can right on there. Right, I cut it just to make it very straight on there. And now little by little, This is the part where I'm being very carefully doing it, because I wanted to look it to look realistic. Thank you guys for joining. Be free to ask any questions if you have. And from there, I did draw with the same hair. I kind of draw some kind of a pattern on the baby's head. I'm probably going to be doing maybe 4 or 5 pieces here and here, and going like in a spiral, you know, to make it a realistic looking of the baby's growing hair. So, but right now I'm in the first patch, if I can call it like that. I'm still trying to situate this so you guys will be able to see. I guess my camera tricks me many times. Oh, I think it's fine there. A little bit high. So, okay, it's good there. And always the needle goes in an angle. And this is taking me forever because I have to do this very carefully, and I have tweezers. I have tweezers here that is going to help me to remove hairs. I do not want to put a bunch of hairs in the first and every time I poke, because that is not going to look natural. So here we go. This is a very fine needle. I think it's a 46. So from here, I'm following away. The hair is going this way, so I'm trying to follow that. Way. And just like that, this process is very, very time consuming. Problem is my guy is wiggling. I can't really keep him straight. He's tiny. I don't know if you see the difference, but it's very minimal when you start inserting. I'm trying to do one by one hair in each hole. This is a silicone baby. I'm adding the hair to a silicone baby doll. It doesn't look like nothing, but it is rooting it. If you go one by one, it's the head what it takes me longer. Probably one full day, if not longer. But I said I was going to show you guys how I'm doing the head. And here it is. So just for a little while, if you can stick around with me if you want to. Because at a certain point, I'm pretty sure this gets boring to watch. But at least I talk to you about the types of hair. I still want to get the baby doll type of hair. The difference in price is huge though. But I did order some, so I'm eager to see the really quality of that type of hair. Right now, this type of my hair is kind of helping me because my little guy This type of hair is helping me. My baby's a wild, it's a werewolf, so he doesn't really need to have that softer, silkier type of hair. He's wild. But at least it's being consistent with his size. He's small. Like I said, I have these in case I make a boo-boo. Hoping to finish with this guy today, so he can go to his new mommy probably tomorrow or sometime this week. I want to send him. He's going to UK. This head pattern, it can get as complicated as you can, really. But for the beginners, I would recommend just to part it in 4 or 5 parts, like in the head, 4 parts. Don't go crazy, because you can part it even in 10 parts if you're experienced, I think. I did 5 parts the first time, I'm pretty sure, and that was good enough. Especially for a tiny baby. That was just good enough. Then I'm running out of hair. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I always try to grab just a little bit. I hope I'm getting it. Oops, I got several boos here. I'm doing this magic just for rubbing mohair. As simple as that. Rubbing mohair is about $9 for that bunch of hair that I showed you before. The long strand. Gee, compared to the quality for babies, you can find that for $20 and $30 for the same amount. But I did buy anyway. I want to see it. I want to see the quality of the baby, the comb. They call it combed mohair because it's already combed, you know. I'm trying to do my best here, micro-rooting this little guy. One by one, hair by hair. I have this too. This is a nice toothbrush. I'm combing his hair with that. And the head is the most tedious part. Because I had to follow a pattern. I had to try to put just a certain amount of hair in every time I poke. And the body was like poking faster, faster, faster because it doesn't really matter. The hair is just following one direction. But here, it's quite a bit more challenging. So it's good I'm not getting bored. And every time I have to check for triple or fourth hairs. Too much hairs. And also I like to keep combing this and cutting the hair straight. Cutting the little ends. And always making sure I'm not leaving empty spots, bald spots, which that can easily happen. I have seen artists drawing patterns in the head, but I'm afraid, I'm afraid the drawing will come off, even if I use, I don't know, I don't want to stain this. I draw it with the same hairs. Look, I did a pattern here, so I kind of punch some hairs on there, and that's going to be my pattern, but I'm doing it like that. Yeah, but yeah, it is a good idea to draw or mark somehow to mark a pattern there. Because when you're poking and poking, you don't really realize, you get lost. You don't realize where are you poking. So it's always good to have some kind of marks. Well, at least this patch here, let's see how fast. Let me see if I finish all this right now when you guys are watching. Sometimes I get a nice point of the needle and I can just go and keep poking. But sometimes I turn the needle a certain way and it starts poking too many hairs. I have to watch for all that. Oops, I don't think it's showing much. Wait a second. I myself keeps changing my angles or how I'm doing it. Sorry, guys.